For this exercise, we need paper divided on 8 blocks. We will need brush to apply pigment, any color what you like, what you choose. We need lifting brush, the link in description for this class. We need pencil, paper towel, Kleenex. The best if you will find like this pocket pack, because I will explain you later. We do need that neat folded kind of size. We will need kitchen sponge and sea sponge. We will need magic eraser, little piece, just tiny piece, Qtips, and a jar with water. And let's start. I will start with writing what we're going to do. The first will be brush, napkin. We will do napkin dry, and this will be napkin wet. Qtips. Here we're going to do sea sponge. This will be kitchen sponge. Will be magic eraser. And here will be water. Let's start with brush. I'm using burnt umber and create some kind of shape. Let's pretend it's a rock. First we're going to use a brush. Brush needs to be wet and tap like here, and let's see where we can lift. As I mentioned before, the amount of lifting and quality of the lifting you will receive depends on the paper which you're using. Sometimes paper will allow you to lift almost to the white. So my recommendation, test your paper always before you starting big painting, so you will not have any surprise. And always taste the paint which you're going to lift. So like that. Very easy and understandable what we need, right? You're kind of curving the silhouette what you are aiming to create. Like that. So that was the brush. The second, we're going to use dry napkin. I'm going to use Kleenex, like that. But before, I would like to create some silhouette. And the silhouette, I would like to create the side of the building. For example, this would be side of the building. That would be our line of horizon. Like that. Of course, we can, for example, we always can create the prevent the area around the subject like that and cover it with the sky color. But sometimes on the big subjects, when on the big paintings, when you want to create very even beautiful sky behind the subject, so first we prevent everything and apply the sky color, creating like that and applying the napkin carefully. We can fold it this way and carefully remove this way. We create equal background. When we want to create more dramatic effect, let's talk about this area when we're going to use wet napkin, for example, storm or like any beautiful clouds. We can use slightly darker color, for example indigo, and apply it like that. Create very dramatical effect, right, of the sky. This. And using wet napkin, fold it this way and try to lift some area like that. Because wet napkin will not create sharp edges like this. Also, if we're going to use dry napkin, and for example apply it here, like using like this and apply it here, it will create more sharp borders like here. You see, when we use dry napkin, and depends on the when it's wet napkin, it's more soft edges, and dry napkin will give you more sharp edges. For Q-tip lifting, let's create landscape scenery using olive green, burnt umber and Payne's gray. And for Q-tips, what we using it? We can remove and create little dots. For example, if we want to add some silhouette of animals on that area, like that. You might need use a few times. And right here, just for if we're creating some kind of perspective. and, for example, adding shadows under them. So that is Qtips. The next is sea sponge. We can create the sky. And sea sponge. Sea sponge need to be damp. Sometimes I do like that. I place it inside of napkin and do like that. So it's damp, not soaking wet. If we will apply here soaking wet, the paper will be going like that. So what we're trying to do? Like that. Basically almost the same as with napkin, because sometimes you don't have napkin, right? You don't have sea sponge handy. And every time when you lift something, you better to turn it around and use another side of the sponge. Clean it. Like that. So this is wet sea sponge. The kitchen sponge, let's use slightly darker color. I'm using Payne's Gray. With indigo. If you apply dry sponge right here, basically nothing will happen. If you will apply wet sponge, it will work as a sea sponge, but slightly different, because sea sponge has, you see, sea sponge has like this texture, very different texture. So when you apply, you kind of can lift it more spreading, and kitchen sponge, it's more for, I would say, slightly more controlled lifting. So you always can choose basically very close effects, but again, depends of the paper, depends of the paint you're using. Payne's Gray less liftable than indigo. The next what we're using magic eraser. Let's use more indigo this time. Apply it here. And a little bit cerulean blue and mix it. Magic eraser, we need little piece like that, maybe a little bit more. And again, if you will apply dry, not much happening. But if you will apply, for example, wet, you can erase more controllable and create very beautiful, smooth clouds. Maybe I need slightly bigger size and work with that. For example, if I want to create silhouette of the moon, right, like this, moon glow. So try and experimenting with all those and the last one, we will use water and create combination of olive green, burnt umber and Payne's gray. For creating effect running water, we need to place our board vertically and don't forget to place napkin on your working table to protect surface, to catch running pigment, and apply clean water from the corner and place the board on the angle so you can create the direction where water will run. I decide to add a little bit more dark color to create more dramatic illusion. So water is most uncontrollable, and add few dots like that and see how it will move the pigment, lift the pigment. So that is a few techniques of lifting that you can practice and use for your future paintings. When you're done, let it dry, peel your tape, write all techniques which we're using on the paper, and take a good photo and upload in the window below this video. Thank you.